One phase no right. Speech off.
Hey, so I wanted to come on here and apologise for my lack of uploads. I am at a friend's house and I'm going to the gym tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. I've been going to the gym for about 6 months and it's my preferred machines to work with are the treadmills, and I do like the bike, but it's really hard to, because I'm quite short, I'm 5'2", so it's a bit hard for me to comfortably reach the handlebars, which is, I don't know if it's something to do with like the seat position, and apparently there's crows, but yeah, I had my first experience of going to Meadowhall by train with my friend Sarah. We have a YouTube channel which we've not uploaded to for a while just because we've both been so busy, but our YouTube channel is the Pineapple Heads, and I shall put a link to that down below. And also depending on whether I get consent to plug her Facebook page on here, and only with her consent, if I don't get it, I will not post, I won't post a Facebook link on here. But yeah, it was really cool, and I wish to God that I got some, I do have some recordings of like the train motors. It's really funny, like I've forgotten how bloody awesome trains actually sound, like, because I don't travel by train that often, like if ever at all. Oh my god, I need like a fucking tripod for my phone. That's what I bloody need. But no, it was really cool. People on the train, I don't know if they were staff, but they were lovely. And Meadowhall is fucking huge. For those of you who don't know, maybe from the US or like outside of the UK, Meadowhall is like a massive shopping centre / shopping mall, with loads of shops, like and I mean loads. I don't just mean like, compared to so our local shopping mall / shopping centre is called Derbyan, which to me it's just so fucking lame. Like, it's like they thought, oh, it's in Derby, let's call it Derbyan. It's like, come on mate, bloody hell, those crows are making a lot of noise. Let me see if I can, I don't know if you'll be able to see. I can't really go further than where I am right now because I don't know the layout of the garden. But yeah. Yeah, so the gym, I actually started that because my brother, who was a personal trainer, I'm not going to give names and details, but he was a personal trainer, and his friend actually runs a gym. And as a kid, I fucking hated PE. I absolutely hated it, which is weird because I have ADHD that I can't take medication for. So exercise is one of the most healthy things you can do for somebody with ADHD, and I'd say that to anybody with ADHD. If you have ADHD that you can't or won't take medication for, you shouldn't have to take medication for it. If there's outlets that you can use, like the gym or art therapy or even sound therapy or like, you know, stuff like that, go for it, you know. Or even just, you know, if you have the space and like the funds, get a trampoline. You can be a fucking adult and use a trampoline, bro. Like it's so good. And I have autism, so it's really difficult for me, not difficult, but I find it really overwhelming if the gym, I can't deal with really loud music, which is weird because I like my music loud sometimes. But I can't deal with like people, what's the word? I don't know. So I go to a gym at Derby Arena, and I've got to say this, it's the most neurodivergent friendly gym that I've ever been to. I mean, the other gym that I went to that my brother got me going to was really good, you know, really, the staff there were and are probably still lovely. You know, I never felt out of my depth. I didn't feel overwhelmed by, you know, what's the word? I didn't feel overwhelmed by the opposite sex, I guess. Like, and that's the thing, like, people go, oh, wouldn't it feel overwhelming with all the males? It's like, no. Why should it be? You know, if you're not being a dickhead and you're being respectful to other people, you know, and that's the thing, like, I always thought gyms were like people going, ugh, ugh, you know what I mean? And that I can't deal with that. It's really makes me cringe. But then I'm, you know, on the treadmill, you know, one of my treadmill friends going, biscuit, 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 we be, you know, blurting out all sorts of crap. So, you know, it's neither here nor there. But Derby Arena Gym, they do have a lot of neurodivergent folks going there, which I love. I don't interact with them just because I don't want to throw them off what they're doing. And also I don't want to like overwhelm them, because I know for some people with neurodivergence, it can be overwhelming, especially in a highly stimulating environment like the gym, where you're focusing on your breath, your body movements, the sound of the machines, if you're so inclined, like myself and probably a lot of autistic people here. You know, if you're focused on that and you have that really good feeling going, the last thing you want is someone going, excuse me, mate, can I talk to you? I mean, I don't mind it, but I think just out of respect, because I don't know those people. I don't know what they are or aren't okay with. But, you know, they all seem lovely. And I've never felt uncomfortable at Derby Arena Gym. I didn't feel uncomfortable at my brother's friends either, but like this one, I don't feel like I have to mask. And I'm past the point of masking now. Like, if you can work with me, great. If you can't, well, tough titties. You know, just deal with it. You know, it's not like I'm shouting racial slurs or like swearing like fuck off. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that. And some people genuinely can't help doing that. They don't choose what comes out. But for me, it's like I have some sort of control over what I do and say, stim-wise. Like, you know, one of the most common stims that I do is biscuit. You know, just I try and be mindful of volume, because I can be very loud and, you know, it's really... I need to get a tripod. That's what I fucking need to do. Sorry, the camera is fucking shaking. That, or I need a selfie stick, because... Not a selfie stick. You know those little things that you attach to your phone at the bottom? Like, they hold the fucking phone and... Yeah. But I am sorry for the lack of uploads. I will not be uploading music anymore, and the reason for that is because, bearing in mind, I do my music from, like, my covers from scratch. I don't fucking use a backing track, as it were. I do the bass, I do the drums, I do the guitars, I do the keys, I do the synth, I do the vocals. And so many of my music related content has been copyright claimed by, I don't even think by real people. But YouTube doesn't give a fuck. You know, they don't give a toss about that, as long as they're making fucking money. And I'm not, bearing in mind, I don't make my content to make money. I don't give a, you know, I want to share it with you. I want to share it with a wider community. You know, and it's like YouTube are making it increasingly more and more difficult for content creators to do that, because you can't use music that isn't your own, but even if it is your own, you get fucking flagged or copyrighted or whatever you call it. Like, it's not a copyright strike, but like half of this shit I've never heard of. Like, it's so frustrating, and it pisses me off, you know, because it takes fucking effort to do a musical recreation of a song, like, period. Even if you literally know what you're doing, and you've got to get it, you know. So I won't be uploading any more music covers that are not live, meaning that I don't acoustically perform, because apparently YouTube is being a fucking asshole to musicians when there's plenty of fucking AI, people using AI, creating fucking songs and saying, oh, I wrote that. No, you fucking didn't, mate. You know, I use AI to put music to my songs, but I will not release it, because for me it's more to get an idea of what I could do musically. Like, you know, I don't and would not use AI for that. Not commercially, anyway, or even on here, like, because it's not me singing, it's not me playing, even though some of the fucking AI songs are pretty fucking awesome. Like, you know, I've got so many that I could upload, but I don't want to, because it's not my style. I like, you know, I've got nothing against people who do that if that's your bag, but it's kind of insulting to other musicians, like, who actually play a lot of different instruments. Like, I mean, I play keys, but, you know, I do the bass, I do the drums, I do, you know, everything via virtual. So you know, so no, I will not be uploading. I don't know, I might do, but I daren't appeal any of the copyright claims, because I don't know, A, if that's even a fucking person, or if it's just a fucking bot. Because let's be real, there's so many fucking bots out there leaving comments on people's videos like the letter Y or fucking numbers, like some fucking retard. I hate that word, but, you know, people are just ridiculous these days. But yeah, I'm gonna end this video now, because it's become a rant, and that's not actually that wasn't my intention for this video. I just want to shout out Ethan Ritchie Music, because, you know, he's a great guy, and my regular shout outs, Becco 1987, Mad About Hoovers, who has sadly, you know, he's stepped away from the YouTube scene, but his videos are still up, and I hope he's doing well. And, you know, Hoover Luck, Storian, love you guy, like, love that guy so much, so freaking much. Performance reviews, oh yeah, so Sean K, I was watching a couple of his videos, and his videos are freaking hilarious. Like, dude, it's like, if I didn't like it, it's like sometimes I'll be like dead, you know, feeling really crappy, and I'll watch him, like, I don't know, blow up a toilet or something, like, you know, put a couple of firecrackers or whatever they put inside the toilet, and I'll be like, yeah, that's cheered me up. And also Matt, who is also a he's very much a part of that YouTube channel. His laugh is just so infectious and great and cool, and Like, even if I don't, you know, because I go by sound, so most of the time I've no idea what's going on in these videos, but whatever it is, it's, you know, hilarious, and I love hearing Matt laugh. Because his laugh is so nice to hear, and, you know, both him and Sean have a really good sense of humour and a really, really, really cool way of, you know, how their videos go, and they have done so many freaking videos. It's crazy. I remember the first I think the first video I ever watched from them was Dual Vacuum Cleaner Destruction, which I would normally get really upset about, but this one was just too funny. It was a pair of dirt devils, and just like the sarcasm after they, you know, destroyed the first machine was like, wouldn't it be great if we could all just super glue it together? And I'm like, dude, if that I loved it. I don't know if he was meant to be sarcastic, but that's what I took from it. You know, but no, I love their videos. Photonic Induction, I don't know if his videos are still there, like some of them. So he is still like on here. And High 1 Voltage 1 Rules, like, he is hilarious. An Explosive Garden, who is now on here as Electro Carnage. Him and High 1 Voltage 1 Rules have done many videos together, which is fucking great. I remember one of their videos, and I don't know the names, but one of them couldn't get the words out, and they just like got all tongue-tied, and it was fucking hilarious the way that, you know, it was just hilarious. It really, really got me laughing. So yeah, thoroughly recommend their channels if you like, you know, interesting electrical experiments, let's call it. And, you know, I'm trying to think. Hoover Master. Yeah. Hope you enjoyed this video, and sorry for the rant, but, you know, it is what it is. Be safe and be well. Peace out, guys.